sketching, I'll show you where I take the reference pictures from. And if you do not want to draw, sketch along with me, you can skip to the painting portion. When sketching, I usually use dry liner brush over here, major line, 2 lines. After that, just draw, select the paper texture brush. You see black, but I'll not use any black over here. When you're coloring the second petal, you can see the colors are getting overlapped, and wherever you have left white spaces, just smudge the paint. Increase the size to 12% to give some variation to the bud portion. Without lifting the hand, just color the lower portion. I'm just going to make it a little bit bright. Usually what I do to make it bright is Hi everyone, welcome to Tints and Tones. Today we are going to illustrate a floral, poppy floral, and I'm going to use my watercolor brush. As mentioned in the previous week's video tutorial, I'll be giving away this brush for free for the first 50 members who joins my WhatsApp group and also subscribes to my newsletter and also follows my Instagram. That's it, it's completely free for now. Only for the first 50 members. You can press the link below and you can join and you can follow the rules and get the brush for free. And every week the tutorial will also be free on YouTube. You can follow along with me and do tag me if you are able to try. And your comments or feedbacks will be very helpful, and that's why I'm giving away this brush. And before we begin the tutorial, let me introduce about myself. I'm Harshini. I'm an illustrator. I do this part-time. I also have a stationery shop which is called as tintsandtones.com, where I sell some of my journals, expense trackers, bookmarks, laptop stickers, and many more interesting stationeries where I print my own art and sell it on a platform. It's available both on Amazon and on website. You can check it out. And let's get into the video. This is the Procreate app. This is a one-time subscription. There is no recurring fee or any monthly payment for this app. It's one-time subscription around 1,500 rupees. Once you open this is the app which you can see here. This is the app. Once you open the app, you will be able to see past projects. And here you will have some options. You can click on this plus icon and create a new canvas, custom sized canvas. Here you'll have all existing canvas here. Again, click on this plus icon, and I usually create 4000 into 4000 pixels here to create a canvas. If you want to increase the number of layers, you can reduce the pixel and DPI. I'm just keeping it at highest quality, so I'll be using this art at different places. And then click create to create a canvas. Before we begin the tutorial sketching, I'll show you where I take the reference pictures from. This is Pinterest. Here I have saved some of the reference pictures to get some inspirations from. And this time I'm choosing a real flower so that you'll be able to practice from the real flower. And it's just a very beautiful bright color. Let me take a screenshot of this. I'm just cropping it. After saving this, and go to Procreate app, go to the settings and select canvas and switch on the reference. Here you can import the image which you downloaded. And it will get imported over here. Just move it in one corner and move the canvas in one corner. So this is the setting. Before I begin, just a 30-second quick recap of what are all the tools. This is brush. There you'll see the Tints and Tones brush. You can upload it over here and you can use it. This is the same set of brush you will have, but it's a smudge tool. This is the eraser tool. Here also you'll have the same set. These are all the layers where you can create multiple layers for each sections. This is the color. We are going to use this poppy color palette, which is also free. You can download it from the description. And if you do not want to draw, sketch along with me, you can skip to the painting portion. You can see the timestamp in the description. You can skip to the painting portion. But I wanted to be this as step 1 until the end. And just since it's a simple flower also, I'll just quickly show you how I'm drawing. It will not be like a professional step-by-step guide of how to draw. It's just my thought process, some tips and tricks I'll give, but I'll be drawing. If you want, you can draw along with me, or else if you find it difficult, you can download it and trace it so you can learn it. Let me start sketching. So when sketching, I usually use dry liner brush, and I have selected the first color, this color. Then let me sketch the flower. If you can see here, it's a nice oval shape. So I'm just whichever size is comfortable. So I'll not be saying it has to be this size. I'm keeping it at 15% maximum opacity. This is where you adjust the opacity and brush size. And then draw a nice oval. So any flower, before we start with a basic shape, either oval or circle. So which direction it is? Let me resize it. I'm clicking this arrow button and click on warp to slightly resize it. It's not completely oval, so I'm just resizing it. And then click on brush again. So this is the base shape. Now going back to the layers, reducing this opacity, click on this N and reduce opacity to 26%. Now click on the new layer. Here you start drawing the petals. Before starting to draw the petals, let me draw a rough idea of the center portion. It may not be a perfect one, just a rough diagram. We'll not be using this outline in the end, so you don't have to be perfect. I'm just roughly sketching the center portion. Let's give in the details later on with the paint. Now just draw one petal, this petal. How is it? It's nice curved U. When you're drawing, keep the base line, the line which we drew in the first layer, keep it as a reference so that your flower doesn't go in different shape. Now the second petal. When you're drawing the line, just make sure it's slightly in a zigzag portion. Instead of nice smooth line, just go to the eraser brush and select the ink pen, which is solid brush, and just erase it if you have done some mistakes. Go back to the brush and have some organic shape to it, just some zigzag motion to it. Now again, let's draw this inner petal. And it just stops over here. Now this lower petal can be a little tricky, but let's draw line by line. First, there is a line over here, first line, and then there is a second line over here, major line. 2 lines. After that, just draw a U curve to join the line. And then just draw these 2 lines towards the center. Just slightly making the line a little bit organic instead of a smooth line. And that's it. So there are different variations in the petal. Now go to the layer 1, delete it, and go back to the layer 1. Now it's not required anymore. I'm just drawing some stems over here and a small bud over here. That's it. We are just going to draw these two. We are just going to paint these two. Now again go to N, reduce the opacity to 40% and create one new layer. Go back to the brush and before even we begin, select the paper texture brush. and go back to the color, select the second color in the third row and just give one complete wash. And then second, again if you want to improve the texture, just give another wash. If you do that, can you see here there is a texture in the paper. If you do not like the color of, there is a blue tint to it, just go to the effects section, select the brightness and reduce the brightness, reduce the saturation as well to 0% and brightness to 55%. Now after this you'll be able to see as if it's a real paper. If you're able to see, you can try it on your own as well. This will give you a paper texture on the canvas. After this, go to the brush section and select the fine liner brush and then start with the lighter color. Select the fifth color and just color one of the petal, just one of the petal. So what size I am keeping it at? Keep it at 25%, opacity at 100% and just color one of the petal. So when coloring, just make sure you are leaving some white highlights. So this is not a realism art. You will understand, like if you have drawn using paint, you will understand that it's your perspective of your flower. You will not be able to see any white highlights in a flower, but exactly, if, for example, here you see black, but I will not use any black over here. There will be multiple colors involved to show it as black color. Let me explain you that later. I'm just leaving some white highlights so that you can, so for example here if you can see, there are some white highlights over here. You can't see with the, if you notice more you will be able to see that white color. It's just a red flower but there are multiple colors involved. There is a white, there is a peach, there is a dark red, there is a light red. So there are variety of colors. Here if you can see here, there is a shadow, like it's more less brighter than the rest of the flower. So I'll use a purple color here. So that's the logic. So for example, just select the second color and reduce the opacity to 40% and then just give some tint over here to just bring that small differentiation on the flower. Increase the opacity to 59%, around 60%. Go to the color, select the third color and again bring some variations in the end. Wherever you feel there's a dark color. Now going back to the fifth color, let me color the other petals. Now increase the opacity to 100% and color the second petal. When you are coloring the second petal, you can see the colors are getting overlapped. Let me show you, without lifting the hand, try to finish this second petal. And then similarly, if you, so what I was telling is, sorry, by mistake I pressed undo, I'm just redoing it. You can see there is a overlap. So here you can see there is a overlap between petals and it is darker over here. So that's why I'm using a overlapping method over here. Now here also I'm leaving a white space in the end. So between the petals, I'm just coloring the inner portion of the petal. So top portion I'm just leaving it as it is. So I'm leaving this white, later I'll make some changes. Now color the last petal. So here again the last petal, okay, second last. Again what you can do, just leave a thin line just to show differentiation between two petals and just color the bottom portion. That's it. Now click on the smudge tool and select the basic smudge, and wherever you have left white spaces, just smudge the paint. Increase the size to 12% and just smudge it towards the white space. That's it. Now moving back to the brush, go back to the pigmented wash and then select the first color and then select a new layer. Now we are just going to give some variations, depth. I'm just using this brush so before moving on, see the size is at 4%, opacity at 60%. And I'm just giving another layer of color, but this time I'll be only giving it in the lower portion of all the petal, not the entire petal. First I used a fine liner brush to color the entire petal, but now I'll not be using the entire petal. I'll just color the bottom portion. And slightly the tip of the petal. Use your pressure, this is a pressure sensitive brush, to make it darker in the ends and slightly make it lighter as you move up. Now if you can see here, the bottom is dark and the top portion is lighter. Similarly, do it for other petals as well. Moving on to the third petal, making sure that the overlapped petal is darker. Place where there are two petals overlapped, I'm just making it more darker. This brush, it's more pigmented, plus it smudges very beautifully as if there are more water as well. If you use more pressure, there will be more paint to it. If you use less pressure, it feels like there is water in the brush and it just smudges the paint very beautifully. I can see the shapes are getting merged with each other. Just trust the process, it will be all fine in the end. So as I mentioned before, it's not a realism. So this is the second layer where we have brought some variation. Moving on to the third layer, go back to the brush, select the dry liner brush and then select the last color in the first row and let's give some depth. Go back to the color, select the second color. Do not use the last color, I'm just undoing it. Just use the second color. It was more blackish, so I just didn't want to use that. So I'm not going to like edit it and then say what to do. I'll also say like my thought process as well, like why I'm not using a certain color, which will be helpful for you. I think, hopefully. If not, like just let me know. Just drawing some veins, which I'll smudge it later. That's why I'm leaving it in a separate layer. Now with the same brush, I'm going to select this fifth color, the third row, and reduce opacity to 40%. Always start with a very light color. Increase the brush size to 50% and just give some lines over here. Need not be a perfect realism, just giving some random colors over here. And then go back to the fourth color in the second row and then color the center portion as well. Then select the last second color in the first row and just give some variations in the color. Now go back to the same brush, just increase the opacity, reduce the size to 10% and select the fourth color and let's just not too many lines you should not give, just a very minimal details will be sufficient. Go back to the smudge tool, bloom smudge, and I'm just smudging both the colors just to give some variations. Go back to the eraser brush, select the wet liner brush and just reduce the size to 8% and just give some white highlights. And here in the center as well, just some white highlights. That's it. Now let's paint the stem quickly. Take the second color, take the bright wet edge loader brush and just draw a single line without lifting the brush, just a plain simple line. Also this portion as well. Go back to the color, select the last second color just to give some variation to the bud portion. Without lifting the hand, just color the lower portion. When you are coloring, just give the shape of the bud as well. Now going back to the color, select the first color. Just give some white spaces in between lines and just draw some lines. That's it. Again go back to the color, select the third color and just fill up in between gaps as well, so that it's not like completely white. Now go back to the layer and switch off the layer 2, the outline layer, and delete. No, I do not want to delete it because I have to give it as free download. So I'm not deleting it. If you do not want, you can delete it. I'm just switching it off. So you don't have to have it. Again, go back to the third color and go back to the wet on dry edge transparent, translucent. It's similar brush, but it will be a little bit lighter and transparent. I'm just giving one more layer. This time I'm not coloring the entire stem, it's just one side, either left or right. And also the bud portion as well. Only in one side. Go back to the smudge tool, select the basic smudge and just smudge it. When you are smudging it, make sure you are not touching this outer line, just smudge it in this side. That's it. Now to give in some more details, just go to the dry liner brush and select the third color and just giving in light details, not much, and some more depth to the stem. Go back to the eraser brush, same wet liner brush, and erase give some lines to show some these white highlights. Just some, not all, here and there. This floral is just a basic color of red, but it is very bright in real. So I'm just going to make it a little bit bright. Usually what I do to make it bright is, so use your two fingers, merge these painted layers into a single layer. Now just duplicate it. After duplicating it, just select the same icon and put it in color 1. And then reduce the opacity to 20%, or I'm keeping it at 29%. Oh, let me do it again. Keeping it at 29%. That's it. Now use the smudge tool, basic smudge, and I'm just going to smudge these little veins. Keep the size at 4%. Just merge these two layers and just smudge it so that it's not like hard veins. Let's see a hard vein. Just smudging it. Going back to the brush, select the fine liner brush, go back to the color, select the first color and reduce the brush size to 3%, just giving some more details to this petal. That's it. Going back to the layer, select one more new layer. If you want to give more details, always do it in the new layers. I'm just making the tips little bit darker. Now go back to the bloom smudge tool and just smudge the tip of the darker layers. If you can see here, I can see some hard edges, right? I'm just smudging it. That's it. Now go back to the brush, just select this wet on dry translucent brush and select this third or second color. Create one more layer, put it in multiply mode. Reduce the opacity to 30%, increase the brush size to 6% and just give some shadows. Go back to the color, select the first color. Just changing the colors just to give some variation. That's it. Just merge all three layers after you're satisfied, and I'm just going to smudge a bit over here. That's it. That's it. Poppy flower is ready. You can add more details. I will completely add more details, draw some more flowers and post it on Instagram. Kindly do follow me there to see the final output. Now you can just go and submit. Just create one new layer and your floral, and please do tag me when you share it on Instagram, or at least join my WhatsApp group so we can all learn. There are so many members now, few members now who are very eager to learn. We can be supportive of each other and let's learn together. Also, please do comment below what flower or what other subjects you want to see, and I'll be glad to post such tutorials. Bye bye until next time. Thank you for watching until here.